All right, guys. Well, same thing as always. I feel like the Dunkin' Donuts guys back in the 80s. Some of you guys might not even know what I'm talking about, but time to make the donuts. Like literally same thing over and over again. But we're gonna fire up Little John later on today. For now, we're gonna use the Intimidator by Danuser on the Kubota. This is a SVL 75-2. If you are new to my channel, if you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe at the end. Hit that notification button, which is a thumbs up. I do a lot of this type of stuff. We do daily work videos with excavation. We do repair stuff on trailers, trucks. We make attachments. I've got a couple attachments coming up that we're gonna make. We're gonna make a ripper for the 75D here, and we repaired this machine. It wasn't in total disarray, but it needed a little bit of help. It needs an undercarriage clean out. It's been very, very wet. But this is same project I've been on. As you can see, it's still pretty wet down there, but I'm working on top of the dam, and then I'm gonna try to get all this material kind of processed out, if you will. My dad's coming up. He's gonna run the chainsaw, so I'll probably grab the stumps and maybe truck them depending on how wet this material is. But there is a ton of saplings back there, and that's where that Danuser really rock and rolls over anything else I've got in my arsenal. Yes, I could brush hog it, but I don't need the brush hog for anything else. And I figured the Intimidator, I can sit there and process trees out and stuff and get them moved out, pull the logs out and stuff, because we've been logging them up. We've got a couple people taking firewood, and then we're keeping the stumps for the pond. We're gonna put them in the bottom of the pond, and then the brush, the tops of them, we just bring them up to the pit. So I'd say hang out and let's see how well this thing does on some saplings. If you haven't seen the video of it, it works really well. This is probably the best thing I have to do this. And yes, I know I could rake them out with the excavator, but then you get a lot of dirt mixed in it. With this, I can pull them out, and even if I just take the tops, the stumps aren't going to be a thing. We're shaving that entire thing down, but I want to get rid of all the inert material that gets bound up in the dirt. It's a great way to get rid of it with the Intimidator. So hang out, we'll get some Intimidator use, and then we'll jump in the 75 and we'll pull some more trees. I'm going to try to get a full day in today. It's the weekend, but it rained all week. I worked Monday, and then I worked a little bit yesterday. Today's Saturday. I'm gonna work all day today, try to get a half a day in tomorrow, and then Monday, Tuesday we can work, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday it's supposed to rain again. Welcome to spring. All right, let's get in the machine, get you on the glass, and let's go. way to get this stuff off. I'm cleaning off a pond and I'm brush hogging. But then you have larger trees that you have to contend with, and this way I could go ahead and pull the larger trees that I couldn't necessarily brush hog. I could go ahead and pull those trees, but then I could just pull the saplings as well and throw them in a small burn pile with the trees. Works out really good. I didn't think that this would work this well on this type of material, but it does, and I'm glad, because I'd always been searching for something that I could pull a couple trees with, but I wouldn't have to take my brush hog as well. Well, this is the ticket. get into this type of material, I get into this stuff quite a bit. I mean, you know, if I'm grubbing stuff out, but then I still have to pull trees. I used to have to take my brush hog and brush hog all this type of stuff. And then the bad thing is if you're out clearing and then all of a sudden you run into this type of stuff, then you have to go back and get something else. And anyways, it's nice if I know I've got a multitude of material that I can pull the tree and I can pull the saplings. I could just take this one tool, you know, and maybe the new thing I have ordered also. I've got a new thing ordered, and that and this would work amazing together, I think. So let me keep doing this and we'll be back in a little bit. So every once in a while I'll get somebody that says something about the tracks on my machine. I have them on backwards. There is a direction on these. I do have them on backwards. So if you see how high we are up, I don't know, it won't show up on camera. It never does, but we're up here. I mean, look how high we are. So if you can kind of see, this is fairly flat up here. See how hard that dives down right there on each side of the dike or the dam, whatever you want to call it. So if I need to go down this, I'll go down it. And then say I want to grab this tree. It broke. I think it broke. Maybe I pulled the roots out. But I can back up the hill. Now I'm not saying that you couldn't back up the hill with them turn the other direction, but a lot of times that's why I decided to try them backwards, because a lot of times I'm brush hogging and I might brush hog down this steep hill. I may not have a way to turn around at the bottom. It's a decent sized little tree. Boop, out of the ground. There was a hedge, see the big taproot and stuff like that. A lot of root system. I mean, the tree's probably attachment I've got coming. I saw something fall out of there that almost looked like fluid. I want to make sure it wasn't leaking. Just tree bits. Anyways, we will see you guys later.